Ever get that, like, totally weird feeling? Like you're being watched online?
Mhm.
Yeah, like, when an ad pops up and it's for something you're
Ah,
thinking about, it's like, wait a minute.
right.
How
Yeah.
do they know that?
Exactly.
It can be kind of creepy, but also, in a way, it makes total sense because it's our digital footprint,
It
right?
is.
All those little clicks and posts and
Yeah.
things we do online, it all adds up. And not just for ads anymore. This stuff actually matters.
Yeah.
So today, we're really going to dive deep into all that, like, what does your digital footprint really say about you? And more importantly, is there anything you can actually do about it?
Right.
Luckily, we've got expert speaker here with us today
Happy to be here.
who understands all this way better than I do.
Oh,
And
I don't know about that.
we're using a blog post,
Yep.
Protegiendo tu Huella Digital. That's by Luis Batista,
Okay.
which I checked means protecting your digital footprint in Spanish.
Okay.
And one thing that really stood out to me from Batista is he says it's not just about the stuff we like intentionally share, like those vacation pics.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
this data that gets collected about us
Yeah.
without us even knowing, which
It's unnerving, isn't it?
it's kind of creepy. Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit,
Oh,
right?
it-
Like how much is too much information?
Yeah. Well, that's the question. And it's a big one because I think a lot of people aren't even aware of how much information is actually out there. Yeah. And what it means.
Or
Exactly.
what they're doing with it.
Yeah. That's the bigger question.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. It's not always malicious, but even so, it's something to be aware of, right?
Okay, so Batista's blog post really got me thinking about
Yeah.
all the ways we leave these little, like, digital breadcrumbs without even realizing it.
Yeah.
And it starts with those,
Right. Like what? Give me an example.
well, like those cookie pop-ups
Oh, the cookie.
on every website.
Right.
It's like, accept cookies.
Yeah, you just click accept.
I just click accept, like, whatever.
Who reads those things?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's not.
But it's more than just that, right?
It's more than that, isn't it?
Yeah, those cookies are...
Like, what are they actually doing?
Well, think about it this way. Imagine you walk into a bakery. It's your first time there, right? And the owner, they know your name. They've got your favorite pastry all ready to go. And you're thinking, how? I've never even been here before.
Yeah. That's
kind of what cookies do, right? They're storing your preferences, what you've bought before, what pages you look at. And it's not just cookies.
what else?
Well, your IP address. It's like your digital home address.
Okay.
And then you've got your browsing history, all the things you're interested in. It could be anything, right? From your hobbies to...
Wow. The stuff you don't want people to know about.
Exactly.
So basically, we're talking about a ton of information.
A ton.
Most of us don't even realize it's being tracked. And this is where it gets a little concerning, right? Because Bautista is saying this can actually impact real life stuff like getting a job.
Hmm.
And that's kind of scary.
Oh, absolutely. We've all heard those stories, right? Someone posts something dumb online
Oh, yeah.
and it comes back to bite them later. But it goes beyond that, right? Imagine you're a recruiter. You've got 2 great candidates, totally qualified. What do?
Look them up online.
Exactly. A quick Google search. Maybe there's nothing bad, right? But what if there's a comment on some forum, maybe a heated debate about something?
Oh, totally.
And it's not even who you are anymore, right?
Right.
But that first impression.
Oof. Yeah. Hard to shake that.
Exactly.
Okay, now I'm thinking I need to go back and delete some things.
Maybe.
Which is actually perfect because Batista gives 5 recommendations for taking back control. And I need to take notes because this is important stuff.
Let's do it.
Okay, so Bautista's first recommendation is all about, like, really taking control of your privacy settings. Which, like, yeah, duh, obviously.
Easier said than done sometimes, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, honestly, have you ever actually read through all those settings on, like,
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Facebook or Instagram? It's like 1 million pages.
It's overwhelming.
I just end up clicking accept and hoping for the best.
It's tempting, right? But they are there for a reason. It's worth it, to take that time, dig into the settings, whether it's on your social media or your web browser, even like your phone settings.
Oh, true.
You'd be surprised how much control you actually have.
Okay, good to know.
It's there, you just have to find it.
I'll put that on my to-do list. So next up, Batista talks about being way more careful, like mindful,
Yeah.
about what we share in the first place.
Which, again,
Seems obvious, but
seems obvious, but
so easy to forget.
yeah, you get caught up in the moment.
Especially on social media, right? It's like, ooh, gotta post this.
Right. And then it's out there.
And then it's too late.
Exactly. It's like that saying, nothing's ever really gone from the internet, right?
It's true.
So before you hit post, think about it. Who's going to see this? Maybe not who you want.
Yeah, like your boss.
Exactly. Future employers, your grandma, you never know.
Or like that random guy you met at the bar last night.
Exactly. So, yeah, what do you want them to see?
It's like building your online brand almost.
Exactly. Exactly. It's your digital legacy.
Ooh, that's deep.
Think about it.
Okay, so this next recommendation, this one's for me.
Oh, yeah.
Because Bautista talks about all those, like, ancient online accounts.
Oh, the skeletons in the digital closet.
It's like that MySpace page I haven't thought about
Exactly. We all have them.
in 15 years. That
Yep.
still
They're
exists.
still out there.
Why?
Right. Lurking in the depths of the internet. And it's not just about being embarrassed.
Right? Oh,
It's a security risk.
really?
Think about it. Old platforms, they might not be secure. Hackers could get in there.
Oh, no.
Plus, you don't even remember the password, right? No control over what it's sharing.
This is stressing me out.
Time for a digital cleanse.
Okay, seriously. Note to self, do that this weekend.
There you go.
Okay. What else does Bautista say?
Well, he also talks about those online quizzes, you know the one?
Oh, yeah. What kind of pizza are you?
Exactly. They seem harmless, right?
Hmm.
But all that information, it adds up.
Wait, so you're saying I shouldn't have told them my favorite color is purple?
Well, it's not just about one quiz, right? It's all that data, all those quizzes.
They're building a profile.
Exactly. They know your hopes, your dreams, your favorite pizza toppings.
This is getting creepy again.
Just a little bit, right? But it's about being aware.
So it's not just about, like, hiding our credit card number.
Right.
It's about all those little things.
Exactly. It's like a puzzle, right? Each piece seems small, but put them all together.
You get the full picture.
Exactly. And that picture is valuable, my friend.
Okay, wow. All right, Bautista's last point is about tools and services.
Yes. This is where it gets exciting.
To help manage your footprint.
Because there are things you can do. You don't have to just, like, hope for the best.
Okay, finally, some good news.
Right. There are amazing tools out there that can really empower you to take control.
Okay, like what kind of tools are we talking?
Well, there's a whole bunch, actually. Some of them, they're all about, like, monitoring your online reputation.
Okay.
So they scan the internet, right? See what's out there about you.
Like if someone's talking trash about me.
Could be. Or, maybe there's a bad review, something like that.
Wow, yeah.
And it'll flag it for you.
That's actually super useful.
Right.
Like before you go on a job interview.
Exactly. Know what they're going to see.
Smart.
And then there are others, they can actually, like, help you remove stuff.
No way. Can you actually, like, delete things from the internet?
Well, it depends. But they can help, navigate all that.
Because sometimes it feels impossible.
It's tricky, right? But these services, they know the ins and outs.
Good to know. Okay, so this all started making me feel a little bit better. Like, we do have some power here, right?
Exactly. It's not hopeless. You just have to be proactive, like Bautista was saying.
Right, right. Okay, but what about those, what did he call them?
Data brokers.
Yeah, data brokers. Those guys still seem a little scary.
Yeah, they're like the shadowy figures in the corner of the digital world.
Right. Like, who are these people? What are they doing with all this data?
Well, basically, they're these companies, and they collect tons of information about us. And it's not just like our online stuff.
Or else.
It could be public records, things you've bought, where you've been, and then they package it all up and sell it.
Wait, sell it. To who?
Other companies, like advertisers, marketers, anyone who wants to know more about us, basically.
So it's like they're making money off of our information without us even knowing.
Pretty much. And it's legal, which is the wild part.
That just seems wrong.
Right. But the good news is people are starting to pay attention.
Good, because it's about time.
Right. And there's this thing called the right to be forgotten. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, but that always seemed kind of like a fantasy.
It's complicated for sure, but basically it means you have the right to ask companies to delete your data.
Really? Like all of it?
Again, it depends, but it's a start, right?
Okay, so it's not about going off the grid completely.
Right, unless you want to move to a cabin in the woods.
Tempting.
We're
But
dead.
I guess it's more about being aware.
Exactly. Taking control of the narrative. You're the author of your digital story.
I like that.
Choose your words wisely.
Right, exactly. Okay, so big picture, what Batista is really saying is we need to be careful about what we share online, and we need to take steps to protect our privacy.
Absolutely. It's your information, your life. You get to decide who gets access to it.
Well said. Big thanks to you, expert speaker, for joining us today and kind of freaking me out, but also making me feel empowered.
Happy to help. It's all about finding that balance.
Exactly. And for our listeners, We hope this deep dive into your digital footprint has given you some things to think about. Remember, the internet's always watching, but you don't have to let it write your story for you. Until next time, stay curious, stay vigilant, and maybe delete a few old social media accounts while you're at it.